Video game, flash, fiction. This is a 90-minute writing game where I use inspiration from a video game and challenge myself to create a story, a flash fiction story within that 90 minutes. To create something like a book, such as this. I'm going to start this timer now. I'm going to roll 2 dice to make this more of a game, to select which one of these we will use for inspiration for an intellectual property free flash fiction story. I have 6 columns. I got a 6-sided dice. I'm going to roll this 1 to 6, 5. This column right here, I got 10 rows. I have a 10-sided dice from 1 to the top to 10. 3. Oof. Well, for today's video game, let's say, flash fiction story. Got to dig a little bit here. I'm going to set this, set that column. Got one more. You know, it would have been fun if it would have been maybe sneak and peek. But the third from the bottom. Oh boy. For video game, flash fiction, Bridge. I do like Activision. And let's see how this goes. I don't even know how to play Bridge. So there's that too. I want to get this. Let me get over here. I gotta make this bigger so I can get the actual gaming screen before me. There we go. Ooh, well, doesn't look the best focus today, but hey, I can see it's Bridge. Whatever that means to me, it means nothing. I have no idea what Bridge is. Someone hit game reset. And there's some blinking. So one of clubs. I'm looking at the, I don't know what that means. I gotta play clubs. I gotta try to win this. Is this? I don't know what I just did. I'm gonna hit a button. I don't even know what I'm doing. Yeah. I'm just going to hit buttons until something happens. I actually don't know how to play Bridge. They just did something. What'd they do? They laid a 6 of, wow. Wow. Well, how am I going to even, come on, give me something to shoot. This is, oh, I'm the wrong player. I was honestly wrong player. I don't know what I'm doing still, but I can click a button. I don't understand this whole Bridge thing. I can go to the 9 because I got to play a diamond. Okay. And I'm going to go 5. Do I complete the Bridge? No, they won with the ace. Okay. I guess. I mean, there's nothing I can do. I don't have any more diamonds. I'll put an 8 of hearts in there. Is that flashing for a win? Oh, I had a slough of... Okay, I'm kind of... Don't know how I'm still doing. Okay, so... Top card, 2 of clubs is laid down. And 2 of clubs... I gotta play... They're gonna... Oh, I'm playing both? What the... Okay. So ace will win this, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to go king, and I think I'm still going to lose. Yes. Okay. Now I sort of... The other... I'm trying to... I may have played this before. Okay, so if I play... I got to play clubs. No, I don't. Okay, I want to play... Because I don't know which one to get points for. Man, I got to think of a game. Oh boy, that's... I read a story about Bridge. And if I... So they lay down the 2. The jack's the high card. I should win this jack, king over jack, unless they play have the ace. Okay. So I won that. And I want to... But I know what the other player, at least my player, has. I can see their cards right there. I don't know. I think we're supposed to play off each other. Oh, that's right. You have a partner. And I don't see the other partner, so I can select both the cards. And we're supposed to be able to play off each other, but I'm not supposed to see their hands. This is actually okay. I think I remember Bridge. I have played maybe it before. But you're not supposed to be able to see their cards. And so, but this is Atari 2600. And now I have to write a flash fiction story with this. Like I don't know well enough to write some masterclass flash fiction story that's about some tournament for world peace, and there's some intricate play in Bridge that they do together. Because if I'm not mistaken, you're not supposed to see each other's cards. I don't know if you bid. I don't know. Well, let's get the file open at least and pretend that I'm a writer. Okay, well, I wrote a title and I lifted that title from this video game label. Bridge. Yeah. Colors streaming through aren't as vibrant as they are on the screen. Not that they pop a whole lot more, but there's a little bit to be missed for this game called Bridge. And you're playing with some, maybe they get like signals, right? Like, because if you knew the other had, you got ace king, you know someone's got the queen spades, you got the ace and the king of spades and the jack of spades and the 10 of spades and the 9 of spades, you can win all of them. The only one you wouldn't win would be the queen, but then you try to, yeah, I mean, that's just it. Like, I can win this, yeah. You can almost hurt each other. Because you own the top cards, but you shouldn't know that. God, I almost know how to remember playing Bridge before. There was a time. Was it Bridge? All right, let's go to the search and return engine real quick. I just got to get my mind. I need a, even if it's a beginner, I need to know something because I don't right now. Bridge. Card game. 1930s. Yeah, subjective of the game. The deal, 13 cards. Spades is high, hearts, diamonds. That's right, okay. The rank cards. Okay, so I have... Yeah, no, you bid. Okay, I have. I've totally done this before. For some time. It was Bridge. building a suit, but then you have to bid and you don't need each other's. Okay. Got to win a trick. I remember vaguely. Oh, wow. But this is a video game. Well, I remember playing a lot now. What's the difference between Bridge and Spades? I think I played Spades. Right. I've played Spades. I have not played Bridge. Let's not conflate reality. What does that mean? Is that what the story's going to be about? Go with what you know. And that's all I know. What's the differences though? Let's read about that real quick. I'll read this aloud, not just in my head. If I can find it. It seems like some of the key difference that this person points out is Spades has an unintelligent bidding process with no communication between partners, whereas Bridge uses a complex series of cues and meanings to convey specifics about card holding, so you can learn a lingo and bullshit your way into Bridge. Spades has card play with very little information to make influences and judgment about the opponent's hand and no method of communication with your partner when on the defense. Bridge has a very complex, deep analysis in the card play where you must visualize the cards based on information provided in the auction and apply probabilities of card distribution and laws for great results. Spades is played at home and offers no real competitiveness. Bridge can take a lifetime to master and offers a highly competitive environment to play in, such as clubs and tournaments both online and in person. This person says Spades is easy to learn and accessible to most people. Bridge takes time and commitment to learn and is not intuitive for some people, but provides more challenge. Spades is free to play. Bridge is free to play recreationally in someone's home, but can become quite an expensive hobby if taken to the level of participating in tournaments. That's not specific enough for me. I need what are some of the big rule differences? Like Board Game Geek. This is getting yeah, there's nothing here. I can make it up. Okay, so I'll just go off the rules basis. This person, maybe a story about, because I can't even remember how to play. I mean, I'm having read that and having sort of played this for a moment, it certainly reminds me of Spades. I'm not sure about the complexities of Bridge that they're talking about. I'm sure they exist. What's some of the lingo? What's some Bridge lingo? Let's look this up. I mean, because I've never played Bridge, and if there's supposedly a lingo that you can declare and bid. Balanced hand, East, Singleton. Bridge terminology from the American Bridge Association. Aces and spades. A hand with high honors, but few lower honors and immediate cards. An extreme example would be something like a Ace 4-3-2-2, a King 4-3-2-2, a 2-3, Ace 3-2. Yeah, that would suck. You'd win only 4. Anyway, let's read on. Make a bid. So advance is to make a bid after a partner enters the auction with an overall call and take out a double. Okay. Advancer, the partner of a player who makes an overall call and a takeout double. What the hell is an overall call? They should have links to this because then I could just click on it because there's so many other terms. Holy frack. I don't even know where to begin with this story. An overall call. I just got an overcall, not overall call. I don't know why I wanted to put all in there. Overcall. A bid made after the opponents have opened the bid. What would the flash fiction story? What's my capacity of flash fiction using this bridge as entertainment? Could they just be spies? But then I'd have to kind of know the game. And that would be a bad story at this point. And it's been 60 minutes and I'm still talking. Not a good sign. I mean, stuff's not getting written. I could at least talk and write at the same time. Let's just try it. Your overcall. I don't want to do a second person. I feel like I've written every other story in video game flash fiction second person these days. Though it makes sense. Like at least maybe third first person. I don't know. I like second. Let's go second. It's video games. It is the U. All right. So I like the overstuff, overrough. Wow. Overbid, overtake, overtrick. So an overcall is a bid made after. All right. So I can use overbid. An open lead, open bid. The first bid during an option. Over. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. I think this thing is be entirely about the bid. I don't know. Like what lingo they're talking about from previous trying to educate myself on bridge. I can make something up, but that's hard. I don't want it to be one of those stories where they take a bunch of cards and try to make a bridge. Ha ha. Overcall. Oh yeah. What's the opening bidder's second bid? Oh, because you can rebid. Because you're the opening bidder. And I don't know the positions. East, west, north, south. I don't even know where those comes up. I know which way's north. North is away from you. Would be my partner. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's at least get direction down just a little bit. Because I know it's used. At least I thought so, but I'm not even seeing it here. So new minor forcing, a new suit. A suit that has not been previously bid in the auction. How much are you going to bid in the auction? Well, the table of 3 other bridge failures. Cringe. Okay, so at least I have a. Maybe should I set this? I want to begin with dialogue, but I mean I should probably show a little bit. Maybe not. Like maybe the person's daydreaming, thinking about something else, not want to think about what an overcall is, and just want to do a bid. But now I got to get a hand. Fuck, man, I don't got time. Let's do the hand I'm dealt. I'm gonna reset this. Boom. My hand is going to be the one that's lower. I don't have the opening bid. Oh, but that's what's bid upon me. I see. And so the second person has the overcall right now. And you don't know. So if I were to be the overcall at this point, using this constraint, oh, but this is thrown down. I'm not even bidding. I'm just following suit. I don't have to make the call. Huh. Oh, it's a simplified version of it. That's fine. I found inspiration from it. Let's continue on with that inspiration. This is what I got, since I'll just call this bottom one out. I can see it more clearly. So, I got the ace. Oh, so they're going to think they can at least win 1, 3. They're going to bid 3. But they got all the spades, so there ain't going to be a lot of people with spades. Therefore, and they don't know who got spades over here. This person's going to bid 3, 4. That's the hands right there. How am I going to do this? Okay. You look at your cards. Let's start with the bottom and then work the way up, because the spade is even, if I'm not mistaken, still in bridge, the lead, the trump card. The one that can win it all. And you could throw in, I think, to take. They can't take a lot of those, but they can win some. And you can get rid of other cards too. Man, it's been a while. But that's fine. I just got to worry about this story. Not even worry about it. Just write the damn thing and stop talking. How can I just list it out, I suppose, from top to bottom. Clove. Cards, fan in hand, showing. Spades, clubs. We'll go case like this. Ace. I want to spell it out, maybe. Queen, Jack, 7, 2. Do it like this, and then do diamonds, maybe like this. There we go. I don't mind that. And we'll case this just to point it out. So diamonds, ace, 7, 3, 2. Hearts, 6. Yes. And last one, clubs. Spades. Ace, 6, 2. Let's move this paragraph or sentence, just description. I'm going to throw that description there, and then I'm going to go back to the cards here. Cards, fan in your hand. And we're just going to go second person. Whatever. I mean, there's worse things in life you could be doing right now than writing second person story. I've been there. It's possible. You could be writing a really bad first-person story or a very bad third-person story. Or something you'll regret the rest of your life. Which is neither of those things. Queen 5. I don't know what I was trying. What was Queen? Ace, Queen, Jack. Is that what it is? Ace, Queen, Jack? Yes. That's what I was trying to spell. 7-2. Let's case this. Cards fan in your hand showing clubs, ace, diamonds, I don't know. I'm just trying to make it seem less weird. A little sort of way to break it off, make it one, but then a series. I don't want to think this too much. I just need to get the hand out. Just got to make the bid. That's it. A bid. They're gonna bid 3, 4, 4. Now this is what I don't know. It's like, let's just, I guess, can I talk with my partner about my bidding reason before I bid during bridge? All right, search and return engine. Return to me. Okay, making a contract. Is bidding in a contract bridge just a matter of applying a set? Blah, blah, blah. Stack exchange. Board games. Each bidding system ascribes a meaning to every possible call by each member of a partnership and presents a codified language which allows the players to exchange information about their card holdings. I don't even know. Like, I suppose I need to know those. Okay, so then I gotta make this other person. Let's do a gender 1, 2 male, 3, 4 female, 5, 6. Who cares? 4 female. Okay, so partner of you is some female, not male. Not somewhere in between. So let's give her a name that I haven't used within the last week. Man, I've used that one. She's that one. Something. I like that name. We have rules. Oh, that's right. Now I gotta think of the stories of you and this person here, Yolanda, who's she's inviting you into her bridge club. And I suppose within an hour, right, I gotta learn bridge. Maybe I don't. Maybe it breaks down that right soon. Like, and they have fun with it. I don't know if it's going to be a game breaker for Yolanda, though. I haven't decided. Does this person have to be really serious about bridge like she is? I don't know. I have to decide that if I'm going to write this character. I can't leave that too much up in the air, because then it's not going to help me decide how I'm going to write this character in reaction to. And this would be, they're not living together, you and Yolanda. Are you work friends? You and your friends. Romantically? Maybe. I'm going to leave that ambiguous. Make it a possibility, but not sell it. I don't need to give gender to you. I'll let you do that. Which will open up the possibilities. I want to keep it very friendly. Fun. Hinting at the complexity of bridge. But because I'm ignorant and I have no idea how to play bridge, I know vaguely remember how to play spades. I did do that for some time now. Now that all those memories start getting loaded again. Just like some neural network. Processing units are loading the archives. They don't come quite back as shiny and new once I load them and save them again. All right, so let's talk about Yolanda trying to work with you to be able to get you to bid. I want to give you an expression. You smile. I'm going to put you in a good mood. You smile, but feel nervous. What would be? I'm just gonna make up the lingo. I'm gonna say that there's a allowed lingo within this bridge community that you can use, like 2 words, like besides, because if you throw out your bid, high scatter, high spread, high spread even. What would she call out? I'd call this. I'm just making this up. So it's high spread even. No, it's not. High spread. Faint of hearts. I'm just going to use how they've listed them here. So high spread, heavy bottom. Bottom would be something that's not. Maybe they have it. Maybe it's that. I don't know. I don't need to know. I have a high spread. Low middle, heavy middle. And they do, because Yolanda holds, at least in my my fictional world. Jack, king, queen, king. I mean, that's a high spread, at least in the lingo I'm trying to create here. And then they got 9. She has 9. Is that an 8? 9, 9, 10, 9. Like, she's winning. She's got a lot of, well, she doesn't have a lot of spades, though. But she's got a jack, which is not bad, because if someone plays spades and they got the higher one and you're not bidding, if you're bidding, yeah. I guess she could get saved, but then you could be taking each other's spade if someone plays the ace and the jack, so they got to know what they're doing. This is all going to be about the bidding. I have a story. Let's write that story. I think I just did. So Yolanda grins. I have a high spread, heavy middle. You nod and think that you could win 3, right? You could win this opening one. Someone's starting with a 1. I don't want to do the opening bid. I just want to get the bid down. I don't think I have enough to do any more than that. So you nod, think that you could win. You could take, what's it called? I mean, there's a term for it, and I should probably use that term. Maybe that's the internal dialogue that's sort of going on in this person's mind right now is that if, I think you win you auction. You win an auction. You have the bidding for the final contract. You'll win the auction. Do you win an auction? Win an auction in Bridge. Bidding, final bid in the auction. Okay, the bid for the auction. All right. All right, I'm finding the character. I need to take a quick pause. I'll be back. Uh-oh. Let's do this. trying to control the processes of the body. Like writing this story. 48 minutes left. And I gotta remember Bridge. All right. So 4, Yolanda says, we have rules in the Bridge Club for some talk. That's right. You were telling me about that. You smile, but feel nervous. You studied the rules. I don't know if I want to write that. I guess you can tell it if you're in the second person, and that's not such a bad thing. But at this point, I'm kind of head hopping and diving into you a little bit. Which then, makes assumptions, and it starts to narrow down and take away from what I and how I like to write the second person. Which is you leave it vague enough to where most people can actually fit themselves into being the you. And this relates to me. Nervous. Maybe this way. Excuse me for that burp. It takes you a while to learn anything. So they could probably think they're going to at least take 3. Even if that king comes down, they got the queen jack, but they also have a lot of clubs. So they, with the middle call, and you think, so now I got to get into your head, at least map it something. I don't know, map it. That's such a scribble it, at least if we're talking about my thoughts in my mind. They're more scribbles than they are elegant strokes of very clearly defined creations. You nod and think. All right, let's do this. I'll win 1. We bid, we win the auction. What is the auction? The auction, excuse me. Sometimes the body processes as it wants to. So the final bid is an auction. I'm trying to read. Who wins the auction is partner called the declaring side. Both people have the first bid. The strain. Man, I don't know. This just all sucks. This just gonna suck. This could be bad. What is an auction? The bidding. I get that. Chiefly the scoring, most notably the over tricks. Okay, win the trick. That's right. You win the trick. That's what I'm looking for. I need to use that lingo. You think you know for a fact your ace of spades will win one trick. Let's capital. You know both your ace of diamonds and ace of clubs but I also know you hold a lot. I think they're going to change their bid. They're going to visually build. They were originally going to bid 4, and they're going to rethink. They're going to originally bid 3. And they'll rethink this bid of how many tricks they're going to win during the auction, assuming I've read and connected the vague memories I have of playing spades with my never experience of playing actual bridge and not really studying it much. Maybe there's a story here. 3. I think it's a trick, right? I don't know. I'm going to go with it and find it in editing in life. I have 41 minutes left. I don't know how long this is actually going to be. Like, is it really that dimensional? It just seems like a scene. Who, what, why, when, where, how, why are you there? Like, I need to get deeper into that head hop or something. I don't know. Like, there's so much here I could do with the relationship between these two people. This story is called Bridge. It could be romance. I'm not taking advantage of that. I need to get in the head more, and I can just write for the next few minutes the entirety of all the bridge talk, while everything else is going to be the interaction and like the nervousness, not because of playing bridge, but because they want to impress this person. I don't know how specific I'll try to get into it, but the less I talk and the more I write, the more specific I'll be able to write. So you nod and think, you know, you're ace of clubs. I also know you hold many of the diamonds and the clubs. Ace and queen or jack of clubs for 2 tricks. And win a trick with the ace of diamonds. And also win a trick with the ace of... Four tricks for a bit of four. Boom. Okay. Excuse me for that. Okay, so four tricks for a bit of four for the auction. Oh, but I gotta take in, considering that Yolanda I can add more dimension to this. I can get it. I think this person's just gonna want to be friends with Yolanda. I'll leave it to the reader or the you to decide, like, what does that friendship mean? If it's written well enough, at least. If not, then, well, no one's going to read it anyway. AI will. Let me put that back into it. So considering that Yolanda has she has a high spread, means she has some high cards too, and her hearts and diamonds are more than her spades and clubs. Solid 4. High 3. No, just 4. Wait, he's gonna you. I say he because I am the you right now. And I can't remember. I don't know if this is even right, but we're going to write it out. And then I'm going to add in some internal dialogue about how nervous you are playing with Yolanda and impress upon how much you're enjoying yourself, but want to make sure that they enjoy you being there too. Strong 4 to create that bridge. I think it actually kind of works out maybe. But the words still need to be written. Talk doesn't do it. Talk only takes the transcript of what's being written and will add dimensions of how it was written, but I ain't gonna write the story. Not unless I focused on just it more. Strong 4. Use weak. Okay, so I have sort of the basic rules, and now I'm going to fill it in with internal dialogue about how much the character, and I got 33 minutes left. So this is Bridge, as far as I understand from what I've read and put in Spades. This person, you've never played Spades. You really like Yolanda. Now I got to write why and use it going into the person's thoughts in between this to give more dimension and more words to the story. You think? Don't. The other team. The other Bridge team. Now that I know cringe, is that cringe? That's going to be my cringe. The other Bridge team cringes and one shakes their head while looking for him. No. You there? Somewhere. Let's do this. Okay, so now what time is it? It's 26 minutes. I think I can get this, maybe. And the rules, I read them, but I can't remember. Oh, you read them. I just went first person. The stone faces of something. I don't know what. The stone faces of the other team. Itch, annoyance. Excuse me. Burp. That's one thing about writing. Once I find that sort of flow and I get lost into it, like I start to get kind of gross. Like I'll start to succumb to every sort of minor body irritation with a scratch or an itch. Stick my finger in my ear if it just gets rid of an annoyance that's taking my focus away from writing without care or concern when other people are, well, observing my body at that time. You look at Yolanda. That's right. You look at Yolanda. She smiles by looking at you. I don't. Let's do this. I want to do it because it's like the head thought, right? And then you want to smile with your wings. Yolanda says, take your time. There we go. It has to be a little bit about you. I don't want to make it all about Yolanda. I don't want this person to be like creepy, like. But definitely want to show that character, that bridge. The one that bridges everybody together, not you. Or maybe it is. Okay. What time do we have here? We got 20 minutes left. I don't know if I'm totally satisfied with the amount of... Let's see. Can I label my bid? You can use... I think that's it. I mean, do I need to add more like hand wringing, anxiousness? I don't think so. At least right now. Could that be the story for the day? It might be. It very well might be. Let me consider it for a moment. Let's close out this. I don't need to play the bridge again. I do want to grab. Well, for the... Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to... Let's do this. That's your partner. That's the bridge. How am I going to express that she's not annoying? Okay, you. Oh, yeah. How would she say this, though? What type of form? With a quick wink. A nod. Our Bridge Club allows some talk, some labels. What did I call it? Did I call it a porch or a deck? I can't remember. We call it a porch. And I'm going to have you have enthusiasm too. The rules. Okay, so that's right. The Bridge Club rules. I think that's it. Maybe. Let's see, that's right. You look at Yolanda. She smiles into you by looking at you. I think so. On the wings. What's on? Yes, that's it right there. Bridge. It might be. Who knows? Let's go ahead and read this. There's 13 minutes left. I don't want to pick at this too much more. It's been a lot of silence and writing since I figured out what the story may or may not be. It is what it is, and it's going to be probably edited and published someday. I don't hate this story. And I don't think I need to improve it too much. I'm sure I'll read this in a month and I'll think it's complete trash, but that's just how life goes. Don't let that stop you from writing that story. You can always edit. Let's read this one aloud. So, I turned off the time because why not? For today's video game flash fiction story, inspired by the game called Bridge. This is Bridge. Bridge. Your overcall, says Yolanda. Overcall? Oh, yeah, a bit. This is, I know, like spades. The other Bridge team cringes and one shakes their head while looking from fan sets of cards in their hands. And they look back to you. You glance at Yolanda, and she looks at you and look. Oh, man, I got to get the second person down. I don't have it. I'm going to start this one more time. This is Bridge. Your overcall, says Yolanda. Overcall? Oh, yeah, a bid. This, I know, is like spades. The other Bridge team cringes, and one shakes their head while looking from fan sets of cards to you and back. You glance at Yolanda and look at your hand and see more in mind a sense of embarrassment for continuing to bring up how you played spades before and only played bridge a few times with Yolanda, and her partner is sick, and you really just like hanging out with Yolanda and hope these people don't think Yolanda doesn't belong in the club anymore because you keep talking about spades and how it relates to bridge, which you've also probably talked too much about when you and Yolanda played bridge for the first time on her balcony, and now that you're having the same conversation with new people. You there? Says Yolanda. She tilts her head and gazes. You shake your head. You look into Yolanda's grin, somewhere in between the cards. Cards fan in your hand, showing clubs of ace, queen, jack, 7-2, diamonds of ace, 7-3-2, hearts of 6, spades, ace, 6-2. A bid. For the hand, you smile. The auction. The other team nods. Yeah, three tricks? Three, okay, says Yolanda. I messed up because I changed this. And I'm going to have to read this one more time. That's live. Because I made this a 3 because then you decide that it's going to be 4 once you actually start thinking about things more clearly. All right, I swear for the last time, I fixed a major mistake. If I read over it or read it again, let me get a little water. A little water. Excuse me. All right, let's do this. This is called bridge. Your overcall, says Yolanda. Overcall? Oh, yeah. Man, that's just... I want to at least not feel the gurgle in my throat while I read. I won't now. This is bridge. Your overcall, says Yolanda. Overcall? Oh, yeah, a bid. This I know, like spades. The other bridge team cringes and one shakes their head while looking from fan sets of cards to you and back. You glare at Yolanda and look at your hand and see more in mind a sense of embarrassment for continuing to bring up how you played spades before and only played bridge a few times with Yolanda, and her partner is sick, and you really just like hanging out with Yolanda and hope these people don't think Yolanda doesn't belong in the bridge club anymore because you keep talking about spades and how it relates to bridge, and you also should probably talk too much about when you and Yolanda played bridge for the first time on her balcony and you have the same conversation with new people. You there? Says Yolanda. She tilts her head and gazes. You shake your head. You look into Yolanda's grin. Somewhere in between the cards, you say. Cards fan in your hand showing clubs of ace, queen, jack, 7-2, diamonds of ace, 7-3, 2, hearts of 6, spades, ace, 6-2. A bid for the hand. You smile. The auction. The other team nods. Yeah, 3 tricks. 3, okay, Yolanda says. She nods. What type of 3? She looks at you with quick wink and nods. Our bridge clubs allow for some talk. You feel a memory rush and a connection to when what you know of spades with what you know about talking with Yolanda about playing bridge on her porch, and say, grinning, yes, the rules. The bridge club rules you read, you can't remember them right now because sweat pools on your forehead and your butt itches and the stone faces of their team etch annoyance, and rules are too complex to match rules. That's right. You look at Yolanda. She smiles into you by looking at you. You were telling me about that, you smile, but feel nervous like most people. It takes you a while to learn anything. Then Yolanda smiles and you feel calm and eager to learn. Yolanda says, take your time. Pat and John have cost me hours of their lives just looking at the cards. She leans back, tapping the feet, probably tapping some code to define the cards to each other. She winks at John. John smiles and shakes head, and Pat chuckles. You say, feeling the tension of wanting to win to impress Yolanda, but also to prove that all the reading and interest is going to help you have fun and maybe win. High spread, heavy bottom. Yolanda grins and nods. I have a high spread, heavy middle. You nod and think. You know your ace of spades will win one trick. You know you can probably take one trick with both your ace of diamonds and ace of clubs, but also know you hold many of the diamonds and the clubs, so you may not win with the queen and the jack of clubs. You think that you can win with the ace and the queen or the jack of clubs for 2 tricks, and with a trick with an ace of the diamonds, and also win a trick with the ace of spades. 4 tricks for a bid of 4 for the auction. And considering that Yolanda has called that she has a mid spread, means that she has some high cards too, and there are some hearts and diamonds or more than than her spades and clubs. You look at Yolanda. Your face smiles a stare. I can't remember. Can I label my bid? You can use weak, strong. No adjective means between weak and strong. You grin at Yolanda. Strong 4. Yolanda winks. Her smile bridges you with joy. That was fun. I think I gamed something there. And with that game read, is video game flash fiction for today. Maybe a good creation was gamed, timing oneself to do one thing. Oops. And with that, we'll turn the game off. And we'll stack it amongst the stories. Find a way to write. Find a way to create. One of the ways you won't get lost in all the data that's about to come.